Ahoy, hoy, Pancasters! I'm Pavo.
And I'm Neil.
And welcome to That's No Moon.
It's a podcast.
It's your weekly digest of all the Star Wars news that you need to know weekly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every week. Okay, how are you, Neil?
I'm very well, pal.
Let's go.
Fire in. Go for it.
Okay, we're going to start off. The first words of Luke Skywalker in Episode 8 have been rumoured to have they've been squeaked out on the internet. Squeaked. And of course, it's yet to be titled Episode 8, and it's little more than a year away. But apparently, some sound technician has leaked Luke's first words from the upcoming sequel. Now, the line which is delivered to Rey seems to be acknowledged as it is a call to action, and the line is, "You contain the spark that will rekindle the fire."
Ooh.
Thoughts?
That's obviously when they first meet on the top of Skelly.
Well, that was the question I was going to ask. Now, traditionally, Star Wars movies start with the look of a planet somewhere in space, and it either pans down or pans up, and then a ship comes into view. Now, they're saying that Episode 8 starts where Episode 7 finished. There's no gap in time.
This is going to be the first time.
So, do you think then that means that straight away we're just going to be on that hilltop again?
I think so. Yeah, I think straight from there.
And that's where that's going to come from.
Yeah. But that seems an odd line. When he first meets her, he doesn't say hello. Well, no, not that we do that, but any sort of acknowledgement, just to straight away, you contain the spark that rekindle the fire.
They're saying that that's Luke's first line. That's not saying that Rey is going to say something beforehand.
Okay, I mean, we don't know in what context.
Yeah, they're not saying that is the first line from the movie. They're saying that's the first line that Luke says,
and he falls off the edge of the cliff, and it's the shortest appearance ever.
So, or maybe you contain the spark that will rekindle the fire. Can you please help me out? Because I run out of matches.
Yeah.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, it's cold up here.
Yeah, it's cold up here.
And I got no way off. Cheers,
and I was just about to jump because I'm just freezing my tits off.
Have you got any idea what sort of... Is there any rumour to what it's going to be called? Episode 8?
There was one, but I can't remember what it was. It was very much in the vein of The Empire Strikes Back, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay. The Umpire Strikes Back.
The Umpire Strikes Back, indeed.
Right. So, this week, pal, exciting stuff. Rogue One, obviously, on our doorstep. So, they've confirmed the running time for it. And it is 133 minutes long. Yes, 2 hours, 13 minutes of Star Wars joy to you, for you to munch on. I think that's about a perfect length for a movie now, isn't it? For especially that type of movie.
I think it is.
So, on the top of your head, right, have a little quiz with you, Pav. What's been the longest Star Wars film so far in running time?
I would say Revenge of the Sith.
Attack of the Clones.
Oh!
Well, 142 minutes. Then Revenge of the Sith at 140. What comes after that, do you think?
Empire?
No, Phantom Menace at 136 minutes. Then
I would say it's probably Empire, Jedi, and then New Hope.
No, it's Force Awakens at 131.
Oh, I forgot that.
Then Jedi at 134, then Empire at 124, and then New Hope at 121 minutes. So, does that wet your whistle?
It does, as long as... Because the one thing you would definitely say about the prequel trilogy is they're a little bit self-indulgent, and they could easily have had 20 minutes cut out of every one of those movies. Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi, I think, are pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
When you look at some of the deleted scenes, especially Force Awakens,
perfect running time.
I think it was perfect.
So I think they're going to stay around that sort of mark. I don't think they're going to go into these big, extravagant epics. You know, like Attack of the Clones did feel 2.5 hours long, didn't it? It really did.
That's for me. That's the lowest movie on the run. Yeah. That's my least favourite Star Wars movie.
Do you know, when I first watched it, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and I went to see it a few times. We've talked about it before, and it's going down and down the more I see it. And it's that whole middle section, just
the middle section.
Yeah, you know, with the love story.
Right.
And the jumping on testicles. And,
yeah.
Oh, dear, no. The more I see it, the more I cringe.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, now the one thing that I think we both agree is that we would like to see a Ben Kenobi movie.
We were excited at Celebration.
We thought that it was going to be announced.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and it seems to be that Ewan McGregor is up for it, wants to do a movie. Now, online this week, they've been saying that the reason that we probably haven't seen an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, or haven't seen one being announced, is because maybe the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi isn't finished in the actual saga movies.
Seeing as we heard the voices in The Force Awakens.
Indeed. And the rumour is now that maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi may have something to do with, if not episode 8, then definitely something to do with episode 9. Force Ghost. If they do that, I think it'd be a great idea, because the whole idea of Force Ghosts makes you think that they should be around all the time.
Yeah.
And we'll forget about the fact that Anakin appears as Hayden Christensen in
Oh, no,
Return of
they
the
did
Jedi.
that. Yeah.
It really didn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, it should have been the older guy.
It should have been. But anyway.
But you see, Ewan McGregor could get made up to look like Alec Guinness.
I think they would look, and that's why I think it would look great to have a Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone movie or trilogy of his time on Tatooine. But is it possible that there could be a link to Rey's parentage?
Well, this is what I always think is the link, is Obi-Wan and Rey.
Really?
I really do. That's where I think the link lies. Don't know why. I just thought, why would you hear Obi-Wan's voice in those?
But then if you think the same rationale, then that means that Yoda is part of a family, because she heard Yoda as well.
Could be. Could be a
What,
weird
Yoda and Kenobi?
Weird love triangle. That's her big ears. No, Daisy Ridley, you haven't got big ears. Actually, you're beautiful. But no, I don't know. I mean, that might be why you heard.
Yeah, I would love to see some kind of connective tissue to the prequel trilogy, because I don't think anyone else, well, other people may disagree, but I think that Ewan McGregor was the best thing about the trilogies.
Yeah, especially in
trilogy.
I think one of the strongest movies is Revenge of the Sith of the prequels. But Ewan McGregor in that one is brilliant performance.
Absolutely. And with what he had to work with, because the script wasn't fantastic, because I'm a prequel apologist. I like the prequels, but there's a lot of dialogue there that you can imagine the actors going, especially the caliber of Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman, going to really need to say this. I mean, the funny bit is on, I don't know if you've seen the Plinkett reviews, Red Letter Media, when they do the scene when Anakin and Padme are on the balcony, and it's that thing, I'm in love with you, and it's, love has made you blind. And no, it's because I'm so in love with you, and all this sort of stuff. But they put like a laughing soundtrack behind it to make it sound like it's a comedy.
And I bet it works.
It works. It works perfectly. It looks like it's an episode of Friends or something, But I would go along with that. I would like to see that.
I'd love to see an Obi-Wan standalone movie. What do you think the next standalone movie will be then? Because Boba Fett seems to have been knocked on the head a bit, hasn't it? What I've been reading.
Yeah,
Or do you think they're not going to do one?
I wouldn't want to see a Boba Fett movie, but as a few people I've heard have said, I would love to see almost like a down and dirty western of Boba Fett and a group, almost like a Magnificent Seven,
sort of a Suicide Squad in Star Wars, but a good version.
Yeah, but where you may be rooting for some of the bounty hunters and maybe not. And because if you look at it, I mean, Boba Fett isn't particularly, he's not a baddie. No. He will just work for the person that's given him the most money.
Yeah.
So if the rebels had given him more money than the Empire, he would have gone and worked for them. Yeah. He's a bounty hunter. That's what he does. So there are times, I'm sure, when he takes contracts that is going to be for good. He'll just take it for whatever the money is.
For the money, yeah.
I mean, the other idea that I think is great for Boba Fett would be that he is almost like a man with no name. Boba Fett that we know now isn't the clone, isn't Jango's son. It's somebody, and so it's almost like a guise that other people will maybe kill him and then take the mantle. Yeah, and become like in Princess Bride.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
the pirate. What's his name? Pirate.
No, I can't remember his name. Yeah, but I know what you mean.
But like, he's not that person. It's just his guise. Yeah, and so he goes on for generation and generation and generation. That would be interesting to work with. It would
be very interesting. But they say that obviously the Obi-Wan wouldn't happen till after Episode 9.
No.
Well, wouldn't that happen anyway? Because if you think about it, we got Rogue One now, then Episode 8 is coming out, then we got the Han Solo standalone movie, and then Episode 9 about. So it's going to be after.
It's going to be
afterwards.
But I suppose they would at least have to announce it and maybe even start work on it when Episode 9 is coming out.
They might have that little bit of a break, but
who knows?
No, interesting.
People
they do. Yeah, I was going to say they do.
I hate saying who knows because people do know.
So a little TV spot was released, and excitedly a glimpse of Grand Moff Tarkin was revealed. Now, this character has been called the most formidable villain in the Star Wars history. Did you know that?
Well,
I was looking on some of the Star Wars sort of, encyclopedia sort of sites, timelines and everything, and they keep naming him as that formidable villain. So what does this mean for Krennic and the plot? We will find out soon, but you have some theories.
Well,
share one.
I can't. I don't want to share one. I'll tell you for two reasons. One, because I have this theory about Krennic that I think is going to happen in Rogue One, and I don't want to spoil it for you because you want to keep it.
Yeah.
And also, I don't want to spoil it for anybody that wants to read Catalyst or is in the middle of reading Catalyst. The relationship between Krennic and Tarkin is one of the main points of Catalyst, and it's really, really well done because I think, as we said when we were chatting about it yesterday, it's very reminiscent of the Nazis. It's the fact that they're all working for this cause, but they're all trying to beat each other. They're all trying to one up each other, but they're also trying to curry favor with the people that are above them. And that's what Krennic and Tarkin are doing. Now, we know what the end game is regarding Tarkin and what happens with him with the Death Star. So in theory, we sort of know what the answer is going to be. It's what happens between the end of Catalyst and during Rogue One, which is going to be the really interesting thing. I've got my theories. Maybe I'll do another a YouTube video or something with what my theories are, just as a little side note, so that then you don't have to listen to it or you don't have to watch it.
It'd be interesting to see after the movie what your theories are and how they pan out.
Yeah,
that'll be what will be quite interesting. So,
but there you go.
Well, you'll have to tell me after we've seen the movie, which is coming very soon. So, if you've got a theory about Tarkin and Krennic, likewise the Han Solo movie, running times of Star Wars, which one do you think dragged the most? Do let us know in the comments below. Please do.
Indeed. And also, come and subscribe. Like Neil just said, leave a comment below. Please like the video. Please share the video. Let everybody else know all about it. Now that we're TV stars on local TV, I'm sure plenty of other people will be watching these videos. But yeah, come along and subscribe. We'd love to have you.
Likewise, you can also listen to other podcasts that we do. Do go on to iTunes, search for Pancast. You will find a whole slew of different podcasts that we do. Just pick one, download it, and do subscribe to that podcast. We'd love to hear from you.
Indeed. And this actual YouTube video is also available as an audio podcast on our That's No Moon podcast thread, which is on iTunes. So again, come along and subscribe to that.
And if you do want to get in touch for any other reasons, do please email us at pancast@live.com.
Wonderful.
And one more piece of information, we do have a website where you can check everything out, which is a lot easier, pancast.co.uk.
So there you go. Thank you very much, Neil.
Thank you very much, Pav.
And until next week, may the force be with you all.
Ways.
Hey.